Hello, it's Rich with breathingwiththemarkets.com. Today is May 30th, 2026. I'm here with Sean, the great state of Utah. How you doing, Sean?
Doing pretty good.
Nice. So you've traded with Top Step, you've traded with Take Profit Trader, and who else have you traded with?
Just those two so far.
Have you traded on a live account or anything like that?
Like a funded account through them or a
Live? No, just on your own personal life?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Well, I did actually. I mean, I traded back when I first started trading. I traded Forex a little bit.
Okay.
So I had my own account that I was dabbling a little bit with, but
before you met me, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Right on. So who are you with now?
Top Step.
And how are you liking that?
They're pretty good. Their payout structure is a little bit different than Take Profit Trader, which it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Just got to deal with whatever they give us, but. Yeah, I ran into some issues with Take Profit Trader. It was my own fault. Apparently, you're only supposed to have one account per household. So my wife, when she had an account, she actually, they flagged my account and banned me from trading with them, but left my wife's account active. And so I switched back over to Top Step and have been trading with Top Step again. So
wow. So did you write them an email or anything? Did they get back with you or?
Yeah, I wrote them several emails. Never heard anything back. It was just the run of the mill like AI response type thing. But
sure, what's interesting is all the rules from every prop firm are different. I believe, and don't quote me on this, but I believe when I was trading with Apex, I believe you were able to have more than one household account, but it couldn't be over 20 accounts total. Now I don't know because I've always had one account. Right.
Yeah.
But I believe that they had rules back in the day. I don't know if they still do, but that's what gets confusing is sometimes even the other day, I'm going to have a session after this, interview with you, today. And the drawdown amount, I had it in my mind about the drawdown amount after the fact that I was trading. Where I thought I was on not Top Step, Take Profit Trader, but I was actually on Lucid. Lucid is a smaller drawdown, right? And smaller rules and, how many micros you can have in the market or minis, right? Yeah. So all of these rules, that's why if a trader trades 4 or 5 different prop firms and they're copy trading and they're doing all this stuff, to me, it's just too busy to remember all these rules. Trying to perfect a skill, you have to know all of the parameters. And I usually get bit. So when I go to a prop firm, I'll start to test them out, not them as an individual, but just what I can and cannot do in the accounts. And I typically learn by blowing the account up. I'm like, okay, now what did I do? Right? Yeah. I go back and I go, oh, it's a $1,250 drawdown. It's not $1,500 drawdown. So I shouldn't have added in, or I shouldn't have done this or that. And you learn, or you need more ammunition in the market and you understand where the move is going. All of a sudden you're stopped at 10 micros. You're like, oh, why am I stopped at 10? Yep. If I knew I was stopped at 10, I would have waited. So, right after the fact. So that, I can understand that, mistakes. And, it's like anything else. The computer will pick it up, flag it, send it. And then who do you talk to? Right.
Yeah.
So you actually brought your skill from Take Profit Trader. You were at Top Step before, though, right?
Yeah, I did.
But they changed a lot, right? They always change the rules, right?
Yep.
So you were at Take Profit Trader. So you basically took your skill from Take Profit Trader over to Top Step. How are you trading? How are you doing over there?
Oh, I'm doing good. Yeah. Ever since I switched over to Top Step, I mean, I've had basically green days every day. Passed a few test accounts. Super close to taking another payout. Just need one more day of one more $150. I can take a payout.
I've been there.
I told my wife yesterday, I was like, okay,
I just need, and I'm like,
I'm there. Let's see if I can not.
This doesn't look good.
Yeah. Let's see if I can not nosedive the plane right into the ground right at the last second. But yeah, it's going good. I'm not worried about it. And it's things have been improving steadily over the last couple of weeks.
Well, my only advice would be not to get it over quickly. Yeah. Because that means you going in heavy and trying to just get it and get out.
Yep.
And most of the time when you need it most, like 150 left, you do nosedive. We've all done it. I've done it even where I'm trading an account that I already at a payout and I was just on the wrong account. I've done so many mistakes And that's what happens when you trade accounts individually, or you have more than one account, you have more than one prop firm. The accident's going to happen.
Yeah.
And it's never for us. It's always against us, right?
Yep.
So what have you changed anything, your approach, your study habits the last month?
Yeah, definitely. I've backed out of the live market more and focused more on the still charts.
Okay.
Just practicing, getting reps in, getting that muscle memory down and the training, the skill.
People have a lot of traders have a hard problem with understand evidence versus bias, evidence versus wishing, hoping, praying. I believe it's going to go up here. I believe it's going to go down there as the candle flexes. You've seen videos, and I'm going to show another video today. I don't know if you'll be there or not. That's irrelevant. But the point is where your orders will be filled without a candle even there.
Yeah.
So the same goes to when you get in the market and you're chasing a green candle, all of these YouTube traders where they need just this last green candle to confirm that they want to get in the market. And all of a sudden it's an elephant candle or a flashbang green candle. They get in long, but don't understand the price they're seeing is not where price is at.
Yeah.
The candle is not consistent with price. They can't see their orders. So if they're in there heavy and they're trying to chase a candle, you can blow up an account immediately.
Yeah.
I've shown this over and over and over again. That's why it's so important to know the direction of the market and be patient while you have the direction right, because you will be rewarded and the candle might not even be close to your take profit or whatever it may be, right?
Yeah.
It'll spike, and that's the way the market is. What size account are you trading with right now?
50K accounts. So the
50?
smallest on Top Step's 50K.
Okay.
Just for the no activation, I think that's what it is.
And what is the account name that you have? I know they changed the names, or
It's just the eval or the.
well, isn't there like a daily drawdown or a consistency, or they have a couple different accounts, right?
Oh yeah, well, so they have once you get to the XFA, the funded account, once you pass the evaluation, they give you the option of doing a consistency account or just a 5 winning days rule. So it's like the consistency rule is you can take a max payout of $3,000, but your highest day can't be more than 40% of your total profit. And so I feel like that way it's a little more risky. I feel like. It takes more time, I think, but the other way is just the 5 winning days of $150, and then you're eligible for a payout. So,
Is there a daily loss limit on any of those?
yeah, I think it's 2,000. 2,000 is is it a daily loss limit?
1,000?
I don't think they're. To be honest, I'm not sure about the daily loss limit. I know that
I thought there was a daily loss limit on one of those accounts.
I think it's $2,000, to be honest. If I'm don't quote me on it because I don't have it up here in front of me, but
Yeah.
I think it's $2,000. I just know that once I got the XFA account up over $2,000, then my maximum loss limit was 0. So it's at like 3,300 now, and the max loss limit is still 0. So
And you can still take 50%.
Yep.
And maximum amount you can take for that account is what?
The maximum account on the 5 winning days is $2,000 payout.
That's max payout.
Yep.
How do you feel about that? Let me rephrase this, or extend the question. How do you feel about you only being able to take out $2,000 when other traders were able to take out $15,000, $20,000, $25,000?
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
I mean, I definitely feel like it's not as appealing as it used to be.
Yeah.
But like I said, we kind of just deal with what we have to, with what we're given. I don't really like it, but at the same time, it does kind of keep me with the whole like, okay, let's just be consistent. Like take your 2,000, take your 2,000, take your 2,000.
There's pros and cons, right?
Yeah, exactly.
There's pros and cons to everything, and that's what we talk about base hits. Because on the flip side to that, we have traders that YOLO and get up there and take out bigger payouts. And for some reason, they're not denying those profits. Then we have other traders that take consistent payouts that if they get up at a certain limit, they're taking them and moving them over to live quickly, but yet not. And I'm not talking about Top Step in general, just in general, as the buzzwords going around, and not giving you all of the profits that you made in the sim account. Well, when we talk about sim accounts, call it whatever you want. Is it profit or not? Yeah, it's profit. So you have a contractual agreement. And once you have a contractual agreement and it says you have a buffer, well, is the buffer fake or not? Because is the buffer real? So it's real now. And I have to get there with 2,000 coins, 2,000 ticks, 2,000 dogs, 2,000 cats. whatever you want to call it. But then I get above 2,000 and I trade for 5 days at 150. Do they call it dollars or do they call it cats and dogs or coins? They call it $150 a day, right? So is that US currency? Is that coins, cats, ticks, pigs, hogs? What is it? Yeah. And then all of a sudden you get 10,000 hogs in your account and they want to pay you a cat. So I don't understand all of this bullshit and word salad, because the bottom line is, whether it is simulated, live, or funded, the candles are the same in a sense that they print. Yeah. The skill, you either have a skill, you don't have a skill. But the prop firms always have the last word. And when they move the hogs over from your sim account over to a funded account, they give you whatever they want to give you. And what's surprising to me is, how can a prop firm move 600 traders over or 500 traders over to live and then build a system during that process on what the live department's going to look like? Yeah. Well, wait a minute, right? You following me on this?
Yep.
Like, how can you sit there and change the rules day in and day out and update rules day in and day out? That's not a program. That's called fuckery.
Yeah. One of the things too that I haven't really liked about, and
I'm not talking about Top Step right there.
Yeah.
Because Top Step has their program.
Yep.
But there's another, Apex is actually building the rules in the program. And if they're not, then why wasn't it downloaded and sent out to everyone in advance?
Right.
Prior to moving tons of traders over there and then them figuring out, why would you have, here's another thing. I don't know this from experience, but from what I hear, and I believe nothing I hear, but why would they have a session or a seminar or whatever they want to call it on how the how the live accounts are going to operate? Don't you have it written down where people can read it themselves?
Yeah.
It's very strange, right? So all of the people that YOLO'd, all of those people that claim to have world records, they don't have shit. They got lucky in a sense that they got paid, and they only got paid is because these prop firms wanted to save their name and their ass.
Yeah.
And then everyone else down below that had all of these sim funded accounts that were growing them, because they tell you to grow them consistently in base hits and prove that you can trade, knowing that they're going to sweep it right off the books.
Yeah.
So who wins? They win either way. The longer you're in the market, the more that you're collecting your loot and you're not taking your payouts. They know when you get a certain area and all of a sudden you start to request a $400,000 or $500,000 payout, you get an email. You're going to live. Oh, and by the way, here's the live program rules. I can't believe that normal, reasonable people can't figure this out.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
I think they make it hard. They want you to blow up. They do everything they can, just like on Top Step. The eval, the 50K eval, you can trade up to 5 minis. And then once you get to the XFA, you're limited to 2. It's like, okay, so now I have to not like completely change my trading strategy, obviously, but it is different when you don't have, the same buying power.
Psychologically, so right? Yeah. If you have add-in power and you trade the direction of the market and you understand where you're at in the market, if we're always changing the rules, because what happens is it's like reverse psychology. You're not going to get there as quick, and you're going to over leverage when you're not supposed to over leverage, even in 20 micros, right?
Yep.
So you can increase your entry size and be in the market, less time and with bigger gains, or you can sit there an hour and a half, and a lot of people might not have an hour and a half of time. Let's be reasonable, right? How much time do you have to trade? A lot of people are not just at home trading, which leads to full-time trading. Full-time trading, how long does it take you to trade in the morning, Sean?
I could be done in 5 minutes if I wanted to. Well,
so
if I wanted to, but if the chart produced the info. But.
Yeah, but I mean at the open. It's slamming and jamming at the open, right?
30 seconds.
It's not going to take longer than 15 minutes if you're waiting. You're not waiting for a setup. It's already presented itself, right?
Yep.
But so you're a 15-minute full-time trader, right?
Yeah.
So what is a full-time trader?
Yeah.
Especially when you're on a one minute time frame.
Yep.
So looking back, do you remember all of these buzzwords and full-time and Rolex and watches and everything? How do you feel about all that, knowing what you know in the market? Like, you have an easy, I don't want to say easy life, a great life with a great family, kids, and you're not having to do this full time.
Yeah.
How are they doing it full time?
I don't know.
They're chasing shit around.
Yeah, they're losing their
ass full time.
What they're doing. Yeah, exactly.
Let's face the facts. They're losing their ass full time, right?
Yep.
They're pretending, right? when you pretend, it takes a long time to pretend, right?
Yep.
If you know how to trade, it doesn't take long.
Yep.
It's just logical, right?
Yep.
If the other day, which is in the video, I'm trying to lose some money that I overshot the profit target because it's the 50% consistency rule.
Uh-huh.
And I overshot it for, a couple $100. And it took me longer. I mean, I say this now, but it didn't, but just in general, it just seemed like it took me longer to try to lose the shit than it did making it.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I mean, that's not trading. That's not trading. I don't care what anybody says. Those people that created those rules, they don't know how to fucking trade.
Yeah.
They don't know how to trade.
They want
It's
you
a
to
win.
That's
It's a win. We don't want you to windfall trade.
Yep.
You know what? If you want them to trade 2 days or 3 days and have flip days, like Take Profit, but even Take Profit Trader has the consistency, right?
Yep.
I don't believe there should be a consistency rule because they should know whether or not they have gamblers on their books.
Yeah.
Right? And it's a test account, and if they say it's fake, well, then why try to make rules on something that's fake?
Yeah.
If it's fake, it's fake. But see, they flip flop back and forth.
Yep.
So let's get into what is your thought process and how do you feel about subjective versus objective, evidence-based trading versus hoping and praying, a hunch, highs and lows. What are you finding out in your own words?
The evidence-based trading is just so much easier. Like overall, it's just so much easier, so much more calming. Like subjective based trading was very stressful, very like I have to be right. Like how am I seeing the market and how do I, and ultimately I just didn't know. I knew in my mind I didn't really know what I was looking at. But now it's like now that I have all the evidence and all the concrete stuff to look for and everything and how this market's setting up, it's just wait, just chill, be patient, wait for the opportunities to present themselves. And now that they present themselves frequently and I know what to look for and I know how the market moves, it's just a lot easier. Like trading has become a lot easier. So, yeah.
Did you see that? Did you see the video or the clip where it said that there was a clip? I don't remember who said, I don't know who gave that interview about how the markets are rigged.
Yeah, I did.
How did you like that?
I believe it. I mean, it makes a perfect sense that, they got all these computers and everything placing trades in milliseconds and, it's how are buyers and sellers doing all this stuff? It's an algorithm. Sure.
So it's an algorithm and then all of the major companies, institutions trade off the algorithm. Mm-hmm. If they completely understand the algorithm, but they trade so fast and have such a main vein into the routing systems that they have an edge just by milliseconds, right? Yeah. And if you have candles that are flexing and they have machines that can handle that worth millions and billions of dollars, they have an edge for themselves, right? Yeah. So whether they have a machine, do you feel that your edge is just as powerful as their computer edge? They spent millions and billions of dollars, but those individuals cannot see the market like you. Do you believe that?
Yeah, definitely. Yep. 100%. I would much rather have my skill than sitting there, waiting for a computer to tell me what to do.
Crazy, huh?
Yeah.
It's crazy. So simple, a human being. So if you went on AI, or not AI, if you Googled something and AI popped up, you can try to Google all you want. You're not going to find the shit that I'm teaching you.
No.
You can go ahead and get in there and say, what is the best, most profitable strategy? And AI is not going to fucking give it to you. Do you believe that?
Yeah. Yep.
Is that crazy? Who's inputting that information?
Yeah, it's all the elites, all the higher ups that are programming all this shit. They don't want you to know any of that stuff. So somebody's keeping it.
But the point is, they don't even fucking know.
Yeah.
That's the point. Because remember, money, it doesn't take a skill to make money in the market.
Yeah.
IPO, SpaceX IPO coming out. Is it going to run? Right? If you have a shitload of money, you're going to make money. And if you have access to buy that IPO prior to hitting the market, which back in the 90s, I was buying them before. And they only, back in the 90s, which is verifiable, that they only gave those opportunities to their best or highest clients within those brokerages, right? A little different now, but even now, try to buy an IPO if you're not at a brokerage that you don't have clout or you're not in their highest level there. Try to get a piece of that pie. They're going to laugh, right? So, but if you have millions and billions of dollars and you say, I'm going to buy this IPO and whatever, it's really not hard to make money, right? So starting from zero each day is actually even easier because it's less stress. Like it literally is less stress. You can start at zero each and every day if you're not feeling well, don't trade. The market will be there tomorrow, the afternoon. So what are your trading hours? When do you like to trade most?
The mornings. I usually wake up about 6:30 in the morning, and I'll trade till 8:30ish, and then before I got to go to work. And
when does the market open for you?
7:30.
7:30, so an hour before.
Yeah, so I usually get in and kind of get a feel of what's going on and scrunch things up, see where we're at, see where the market's at, and watch it for a good hour maybe, and then kind of see what.
Is it hard watching it?
No, I mean it's sometimes not really.
I mean, for getting in the market, is it hard not to get in the market?
No, not anymore.
No?
Like it's hard it's not hard to stay out of the market anymore because I feel like I understand better what I'm looking for and how price moves. Just the still charting was immensely helpful, or is immensely helpful, because it shows you over and over again what price has to do before it makes its big move, right? Like it's not just going to push way down, hypothetical. It's not just going to push way down and then push right back up, like, right? Like if it drops 1,000 ticks, maybe it will, maybe it does. Drops 1,000 ticks and then go up 1,000 ticks over the next 2 minutes. It's going to, we know what it's going to do. It's going to give us some sort of information to trade off of and form something that we like to see. So that's
so. So who's responsible for your wins and losses?
I am. Yeah, 100% me.
So if you're not successful at that, who do you blame?
Myself. And I don't even blame myself. I look at it as learning opportunity. If I don't get it, or I don't do something right, or if it's not working out, like, you have to see that as learning opportunity. Like, you can't just be like, oh, this doesn't work. I didn't get it. It doesn't work. Move on to the next. Like, you have to give it its due diligence. You have to put in the time, the effort, just like any other skill. And so if I make a mistake, I have to be able to see it and admit that I made the mistake and that it was my fault, like my mistake that I made, and I have to own that. And from there excuse me, it's just been a good learning curve, like been a good learning experience, accepting my own losses and learning from them. Ultimately has been the key, and accepting the fact that I made the mistake has been basically it.
So you're not blaming others.
No, I mean, it's something objective that I can look back at. Like, every mistake that I make, like, that's one of the great things about the system, is that we can actually look back and say, oh, I over leveraged, or why did I miss that? I missed this, and can objectively say this was the mistake, rather than just being like, I'll go write in my journal about how I felt about that, and maybe I'll feel different tomorrow, like, I don't know, like,
sure,
if that makes sense.
I felt I shouldn't have been trading. I got in an argument and shouldn't have been trading, or all of these excuses, right? Because we're biased people, and therefore, if we're going to journal, our feelings are going to get in the way of the actual truth, right?
Yeah. Yep.
And I wouldn't harp on things that are negative, because we have to fail in order to succeed.
Definitely.
I mean, it's just a fact.
Yep.
And I don't remember, maybe early on when you send me photographs of, hey, am I doing this right? Hey, can you look at this? Can you look at that? But I don't remember, and maybe there was a time where you said, hey, tell me what I did wrong. Tell me what I did wrong. Because I've given you the tools on how to approach the market, right? And if you practice those tools on how to approach the market, then this is what's great about trading the entire market. You have a formula to figure out what you did wrong. Like, it's a math problem. If the math problem doesn't add up, then somewhere in that formula, there was a mistake, or you just made an error somewhere, right? Mathematically. If 2 plus 2 equals 4, it will always equal 4, right? Who created it? Who cares?
Yep.
Is it visual? Yes, it is. So if you see 2 plus 2 equals, is there an assumption that they want you to put a 4 there, right? It's a math problem.
Yeah.
2 plus 2 equals 4. It will never change.
Yeah.
Trading is the same way. When you practice something that doesn't work over and over and over again, doing the same thing, expecting different results, that is a recipe for disaster.
Yep.
When you start to self-satisfy, pretend, no self-worth, take away from others. When a trader or another person tries to downgrade or say it just doesn't work, or it's taken me 6 months, it's taken me a year and I can't get it, but yet it might take you 3 months to get it. You probably put in more work in 3 months than they did in a fucking year. Mm-hmm. But they just want you to believe that this entire year, because an absolute idiot, if they were actually putting in the work day in and day out, doing the same thing, it's visual. Now, trading, this is And I say this all the time. This is where trading stops or continues because it's objective in the market. Do you really want to learn how to trade, or are you attracted to the money?
Yep.
Right? Because you can't be attracted to the money. When you go out and you create a construction company like you did you do it for the money or the passion? What you knew, you were skilled at doing this. Was it a risk? Opening up a business, buying the trucks and cars and equipment and material, hiring people, being responsible for their family in a sense that when you open a business that I've had before, you have all of these families. You don't want to fail. If you fail, all of those families fail.
Yep.
How do you feel about that?
I mean, it's just being able to take that experience from my construction, building a business, and understanding that it is a process, that everything is a process and it takes time. I remember the first couple of jobs that I went to, like I have tons of experience doing carpentry work for 20 plus years.
Wow.
And I go out on my own and I hire a couple of guys. And I remember going back to the job that I went to, the house that they did work on, and it looked like shit. Like it was bad. Like it was just really bad. Like even the painters were like writing on the walls, like worst trim I've ever seen. Like, and it was just like, oh my gosh, like the first job, my very first job. Right. And it wasn't a reflection of me because I wasn't actually on the job doing the work, but it was a reflection of me because it was my company.
Yeah.
And so I had to go back and anyway, fix a bunch of stuff, but just understanding that, I could have stopped right then and been like, oh, I'm the worst carpenter. I don't know what I'm doing. This doesn't work. Like, I don't know how anybody makes this work. Like, this is so hard, like all that stuff. But, you take the opportunity to learn from the mistakes. You train the guys that needed to be trained in the moment and you move on. Like you just figure out the problem and you move on. So I don't know. I think I just kind of went off on a little tangent there, but I would just say
it's live. It's real. It is about trading because the same thing is in a masonry company that I had, and we were number one in the valley. And it's amazing where as you're growing and you need more masons, I would get some people, they would answer some ads and they would come over and I'd say, okay, how much you worth an hour? And they would say, I'm worth 20, 25 bucks, 30 bucks, this and that. I said, here's a trowel. Here's the stone. Go ahead and I'll be back. And, at the end of the day, I'll be back at the end of the day, see what you've done. And I'll leave, come back and I'll say, man, you're not worth 30 bucks an hour, 25 or 20 bucks an hour. You don't even know how to lay stone. So they were bit. I paid them for the day, but I said, no, you're not going to work for us, basically. So, but what I found is that you can take somebody that absolutely has no experience whatsoever and teach them the right way. And if they want to learn, they will become one of your best masons. Absolutely. Here's a story. I've had a guy that, I brought on, knew nothing. And then I had some, supervisors and they're like, Rich, this guy's no good. Rich, he had no experience. Okay. This guy's no good. And I said, Rafa, were you any good when you met me? He goes, well, no. I said, then teach him what I fucking taught you. You forgot where you came from. Yep. He looked at me. I said, were you any good when you met me? Did I teach you how to do this the right way? Yeah. So why are you saying that this guy is no good? You forgot where you came from. That's why I say these words. Don't forget where you came from. Because once people gain a skill, all of a sudden they did it on their own. Yeah. Right?
Yeah. And they want to have this mentality of,
they're better.
I'm the shiz and look how much better I am than everyone else. Like,
yeah. And you never want to underestimate somebody, right? You just don't want to underestimate somebody in the sense that you don't want to size them up. That's wrong. That's weak in the first place.
Yep.
It's just weak. But the most important. So, and then Fabian, which I helped get on his feet, ended up and today is now managing one of the largest stone companies, managing beautiful family, his own house, cars, everything. Went to his wedding, golf course wedding, everything, filet mignon, everything. And he listened to what I said. I taught him the right way to do business. And he used to tell me, he said, Rich, I would just cringe and just like, man, I could never understand why you kept saying the same thing over and over again. I could never understand it. Why you just kept telling me the basics over and over and over again. Because when I started to hire people, every time I told them, it reminded me of you. And I found myself doing the same thing because these guys were just not getting it. You see? But he remembered where he came from.
Yeah.
Right? So you have people that learn a skill, that want to freeload, that want to rip others off and are there for no good intentions. And then you have other people that want to learn. And then once they learn and get to a certain point, they forget where they came from, right? They deserve the credit. right? They put in the work, right? But, who mentored you? What did your parents do for you? How did they protect you growing up? Did they or didn't they? Was it your grandmother that raised you, right? Was it an aunt and uncle that raised you? But parents want to claim that they did it.
Yep.
No, right? Believe half of what you see and nothing you hear, right?
Yep.
So, what else is going on as far as, we're talking about anything. We have no subject, but we got on to life skills, right?
Yep.
Because it is trading. This isn't a fake channel. It's about teaching kids how to ride a bike, skateboard, surfing, whatever the sport is. They don't know they're a sponge, right? And if you're a sponge and you want to learn and you put in the work because you have a passion for it, you're going to succeed. At what level? It all depends on your work ethics, right? I find that successful people in their personal life do a lot better than those that live in a piss poor attitude style, mentality.
Yeah.
Success doesn't mean materialistic items to me. How do you feel about that?
I agree 100%. You got to put in the effort, you got to put in the time. And if your whole life, everything that you notice is just negative and, oh, this is a problem and that's a problem. And why is this happening to me? And I can't do this. I can't do that. I can't, if you have that type of mentality, you're never going to succeed. Like, you will always breed what you think. And if you're thinking negative thoughts, if you think that you can't do it, if you think you can't succeed, then you're not going to. That's it. You're not going to. But if you look at everything as learning opportunities and the potential to learn something, even if you did succeed, learn something from it. If you lost, learn something from it. And grow. Like, that's all we can do, right? I had a boss that I worked for a long time who would harp on us. Like, he would get so pissed if we made a mistake, like even a small mistake, just pissed and just yell and scream. And it's like, to me, I was always like, okay, well, yeah, the mistake was made. So what are we going to do to fix it? Like, where do we go now? Like, do we sit here and yell at each other and cause someone to feel stupid and bring other people down? Or do we acknowledge the problem, acknowledge that we need to fix it, and move forward from here and figure out the fix? Like, that's all you can do. It doesn't do any good to dwell on the negative, right?
Yeah. So what other advice do you have for traders that are actually struggling, trying to chase a dream? I don't sell a dream here. I just tell you the truth. I do make mistakes. I always make mistakes. I'm human like everyone else, but it's not my job, in a sense that I didn't create this mentorship program to tell you what you want to hear. I want you to be able to find your lane, find out what's wrong. If somebody asks me each and every day, what did I do wrong? How could I do better? What did I do wrong? How could I do better? Telling somebody is not going to make them successful.
Yep.
Them analyzing what I actually taught them, going back, forcing them to think, makes them a better trader. Right or wrong?
Right. Definitely right. You have the easiest thing to do would be to say, hey, Rich, tell me what to look for on the entry. That's it. Like, excuse me, tell me what to look for. Or I missed it. Tell me what I missed on this one and tell me what to look for, rather than actually going back and putting in the time into the still chart and studying. Like, study. It's just like picking up a basketball. It seems like if you quit, it's like picking up a basketball for the very first time. Say I was an adult and I had never played basketball and I picked up a basketball, and 3 months later, I was like, I'm not drafted into the NBA. This doesn't work. Like, basketball's not real. That's the same type. It's so stupid to think that way. Like, it's just like baffles my mind that some people, they don't want to put in the effort. They want the reward, but they don't want to actually put in the effort, is what it comes down to.
And it just goes back to work ethics, right?
Yep.
Putting in the effort. But that type of mentality is dangerous, because life, you're going to meet challenges throughout life, weekly, monthly, yearly, whatever it may be, right? You may get fired from a job. Work might go down. Economy might go down. But when you come over to Breathing with the Markets and I teach you how to approach the market in an objective way, after you paid for that education, did I ever tell you that go ahead and invest in prop firms? Go ahead and you're ready to trade? No. Do I tell you that?
Opposite. I think the opposite. You said stay out of the market until you're ready, until you feel like you're ready. Like, don't trade.
And what is you're ready? Until you're ready.
Yeah.
Until I'm ready to tell you that you're ready, or that you're ready.
Until I'm ready. Like, I have to know and be confident in myself and my own abilities to go and perform. you know,
And if you didn't perform that day, who do you blame?
myself.
So if you didn't perform that day, what have you done in the past?
If I didn't perform,
Correct.
I figure out what happened, where I went wrong, what mistake happened that made me not perform correctly, and I go back and I try and fix it or study. And most of the time, it's just been like, go study more. Just go back and study more. And
did you reach out to me? Did you reach out to me and ask me to tell you what you did wrong?
No. I took the tools that you gave me, and every time, like, I don't have to send you charts. I know, like, if there's a day that goes by that I probably didn't send you and it's not every time, but if I didn't send you an execution, it's because I know what I did wrong. I don't need to send you the execution and be like, hey, look, I messed up right here. Like, I know, because I can go back and look and say, I shouldn't have taken that. There was something that didn't line up. Like,
now you've sent me videos before, trading. You sent me videos before, but they were little clips, like maybe 30 seconds or less than a minute, probably, right?
yeah.
I don't know how many candles we can fit on a chart. I can actually the whole day, right? So if I recorded from New York session, 9:00 in the morning, whatever, to 4:00 in the afternoon, not saying that's a New York session, but a chunk of time. And I recorded all of that on a video. And then I took a photo of the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked you to watch the video for 8 hours, and I gave you a photo. Which one would you concentrate on?
The picture. Yeah.
Fuck. Why, Sean?
Because all the information's already there in front of my face. Why would I need to watch it form?
What do you mean it's there?
It's there. It's the picture. It's a still shot. It's right there in front of me. Everything. I don't need to watch it form. It's
If
already
you didn't
there.
watch that for fucking 8 hours, I'd get pissed off. Like, it's common sense, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyone, executions don't lie, do they?
Yep. Nope.
Does the market lie when it prints?
Nope.
It prints.
It's there.
So what is there to analyze? If you understand how to analyze the market, a still photo will tell you exactly whether or not a trader understood what they were doing based on what they say. Yep. Correct?
Correct.
So what they say and their executions have to match.
Yep. Definitely.
Right? And it's proven. Correct?
Yeah. Okay.
Is it repeatable?
Yep.
Is it objective evidence?
Yes, definitely. Over and over and over again.
Teachable?
Yep.
Irrefutable?
Yep.
Yeah. That's what trading that's what trading objectively in the market is supposed to feel like, right?
Yep.
So you have this skill forever, just like bowling. You know, you're looking on the calendar, okay, when am I going to be able to bowl next? When's the next tournament, right? Yep. Not, oh shit, I have to prepare for the tournament. Now you'll go out and bowl, but you don't have the mentality of, oh my God, it's the weekend now. I need to go out and mark up all my charts. I need to mark up all the highs and lows, drop down to the 4 hour, drop down to the 1 hour, drop down to the 15 minute and take my trade. What do you think about this when people are doing this?
I don't know. I don't really, it's not really even in my thought process, like my purview at all. So it's like, I just can't comprehend it. I mean, it's just a bunch of hopes and dreams and wishes. Like there's no objectivity.
They don't know where the hell they're at in the market.
They don't know what they're doing. Yeah.
They do not. I mean, in my line, they don't know where they're at in the market. None of those time frames are going to tell them where they're at in the market.
Yep.
Right? Every second counts.
Yep.
Every second counts, right?
Definitely.
So is there anything else? We'll wrap it up. You gave your time and everything else. You probably have a busy day, but is there anything else that any advice for those struggling, for those, I'm trying to prevent people from gambling, whether they come on over to Breathing with the Markets or they see the videos and they say, you know what, I'm gambling. I'm just going to quit. I'm not going to trade any longer. Mm-hmm. I've done my part. So I'm reaching out to people that may not even be here and say, you know what, I don't have the money to do this. And I'm listening and I'm learning that I am probably gambling, and the last 3 or 4 years, I am not profitable. And if I'm honest with myself, I don't even have a skill, because it doesn't take a skill to push a button.
Yep.
Do you have any advice to anyone that, we could prevent from gambling?
Yeah, I would just say keep practicing, like focusing on the practice. If you're not profitable, if you're not seeing success in the trades, then stop trading. Like literally just stop. Like you don't have to trade. You know, it's, I understand the draw and the desire to trade the live market. And, but if I could go back to even just when I very first started, I wish I had met you when I very first started trading. But even to the very first time that we started working together, I wouldn't have just stayed out. Like I would have just stayed out. I would have saved myself thousands of dollars, like literally thousands of dollars, if I had just stayed out and practiced and practiced and practiced and practiced and practiced until I felt like I was at a spot where I could, have confidence to get into the basketball game in the NBA and, shoot some threes. But, yeah, I would just say keep practicing. And if don't feel like you have to trade, don't feel like you have to be in the live market, or have
Or a demo account,
de-
right? You're
yeah,
talking about still charts, correct?
yes, still charts, just still charting.
Something
And
that's not moving.
yes, yep, and focus on that. And then when you get to the live market, when you feel like you're ready, then it'll be a lot clearer, a lot slower. Things will make more sense. You're not going to be sitting there cherry picking one or two trades every couple hours and not gaining any experience, real knowledge from it, other than this doesn't work because I failed.
Mhm.
So yeah, I would just say keep with it, keep practicing, and if you're not being profitable, if you're not successful financially wise, then just don't trade. You don't have to have a prop firm account. Like it's not what you teach. That's not even what you're teaching. You're not teaching go get a prop firm account and make a bunch of money. You're teaching a skill. Like you're teaching work on the still chart. Yeah, you can go to the prop firm and make money on it, and you teach us about the prop firms and stuff and how to work with them, but that's not the point. That's not the point of what we're doing. We're learning a skill. Like, so focus on learning the skill and everything that there is involved with that skill, not just being able to bounce the basketball, but being able to walk and bounce the basketball and shoot and bounce and dribble between your legs and do all this stuff that, will add on eventually after you get the base down. Like it'll come, but just keep practicing, get the base down, and the other stuff will build on top of it.
And when does risk start?
Before the execution.
And before the execution of a trade. So that's essentially the stop loss, correct?
Yes.
You don't know what it means that risk starts before the execution of a trade, then you shouldn't be trading, correct?
You're missing the whole thing. You're literally missing the whole thing. If you don't know the risk, if you're about to get into a position and you don't understand that what your risk is and how the chart has formed the risk for you in front of your face, then you don't know what you're doing and you're gambling at that point. Like if you don't know your risk, you're gambling.
So is a stop loss going to help you if you don't know what you're doing?
No.
Why?
Well, I mean, it can cut you out short, first of all. And if you know the direction of the market, then you don't need the stop loss. You don't need it. You've got the stop loss is basically built into the chart, like with the information it's given you, right? Like, so you should know what your stop loss is and where you would.
Do the financial markets have more money than everyone else?
Yes.
Do the financial markets have more money than the biggest institutions?
Yes.
Does the stock market have more money than the richest man or woman?
Oh, yeah.
So who would win if the richest man or woman had a gambling mentality against the market?
The market would win every time. Market's got more money.
Thank you, Sean. Thank you. And I wish you well. And thank you for giving your time today for the community. And have a great day.
Thanks, Rich. Appreciate it.
Peace, traders.